It's been an absolute pleasure to use. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Friday Vape Club. As always, your host Squiddly Tris back for another review for you. Today, we are welcoming another member to the Druga family, the Augvape Druga family. This is the Augvape Druga RTA. It's a little single coil flavor banger. This thing boasts 3D airflow. I'm pretty sure airflow was 3D. I don't know of a 2D airflow. Anyway, it boasts 3D airflow, and I guess what that means is it's got airflow around 180 degrees of the coil. I'm assuming that's what they mean. But anyway, we'll take a look at that when we look at the deck. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick look around this thing. I'll show you around it. We'll show you the packaging, show you the contents. I'm not going to do a generic build video because it is very easy to install your coils, and no one wants to see me fuck up an easy single coil installation. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. Drop a comment down below. Do you want to see more generic build videos? Maybe. Tell me. So yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to take a good look around it, and then we'll jump back up top here. We'll do pros, cons, price, all that other good stuff you've come to enjoy from this Friday Vape Club channel. So stick around and watch this video. Do not forget to smash that like button for me. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And I've already asked you to drop a comment. Do you want to see more generic build videos? Hopefully the answer is no. Probably it's just because I'm lazy. So let's just get into this. All right, here we have a closer look at the Druga RTA. So a couple of specs on this thing. It is 24 millimeters in diameter. So it's a little single coil 24 millimeter RTA. It is 39.5 all the way from the base to the top of the drip tip. It does hold 2.4 mils capacity in the straight glass, as I have right here. And it does come with a bubble glass, which will increase that liquid capacity to 3.5 mils of liquid. It is a very, very cool looking little designed RTA. There's not much on it. I like these sort of understated looking RTAs. It's got the Druga logo on the front there, on the chimney section engraved, which is really cool. Let's take a quick look around this thing. Up the top here, you do have an 810 friction style drip tip. You got a lovely, lovely little knurling pattern around the top where you grip it, turn, and then expose your fill ports. Two massive kidney shaped fill ports to really dump the liquid on the inside. The threads on this little top here are just buttery smooth, very well put together. That's the chimney section, and then down the bottom here you do have your airflow. So it is Cyclops style airflow. You've got two airflow slots, and you got a little bit of design to kind of grab and twist. Now when this is on the device, it's not tricky, just be aware there's not much to really grip and turn, but it is very, very smooth. There's a little bit of friction there, a little bit of restrictiveness to the AFC, and I like that. Has a stopper, so it can't go any further in the locked and the open position. Underneath, you do have a gold-plated 510 pin, usual underneath bullshit that you've come to expect, and yeah, it does protrude a little bit. But that's not what we're here for. Let's take a look at the deck. That's what it looks like under the hood. Very condensed chamber, very small chamber, really going to give you the best chances for the greatest flavor. And then here is the deck. It's a single coil deck. It's a very, very low profile deck. It does utilize Phillips head screws to screw your coil legs in place. I like what they've done here, and they've given you two on each side, which means it doesn't matter what orientation your coil legs are, you'll be able to fit them in here, which is just an absolute plus in my opinion. When you look at one that doesn't have a coil leg in it, that is what the hole looks like. You can see right here. It's got ample room. The only thing I would say it doesn't have is a bit of a bigger sort of end plate or something to catch that coil leg. If your coil leg does start to to come out as you tighten your screw down. You just sort of hold it in place with your finger and you will be right. I love that they've given you Phillips head, a massive Phillips head screws at that. Really, really love that. Down the sides, you do have some pretty ample wicking ports to really stuff your cotton in. And then you can see in here, you have got airflow along. Actually, let's take this coil out. You can see this is where I've had my coil sitting to try and get the best flavor possible. All right, now we've got rid of the coil. You can see that you have got 3 airflow slots running along the side or the bottom, and they are angled, so the airflow is going to be coming up at this direction, just like that, hitting the bottom of the coil. Then on the side in the deck here, you do have another airflow slot that is coming straight at the coil. So the way that I installed my coils was that the airflow, these 2 bottom airflows are going to be converging right at the bottom of that coil, and then I'm going to be getting side airflow on that coil, creating 180 degrees of airflow around my coil. So that is just going to give you the maximum flavor possible. Absolutely great airflow. And considering you've got all of this airflow and just one gaping Cyclops style, it is not turbulent at all, which I found very peculiar. It's a nice, smooth airflow, a great little single coil deck. All right, let's take a look at the packaging, shall we? Packaging. And here we have the packaging for the Druga RTA. A little bit of a warning symbol there. You've got the color up the top. On the back, you've got the kit contents, you've got more warnings and the authenticity right there. All right, inside this packaging, you do receive an warranty card, an user manual, a bag of spares, including grub screws and O-rings, and you get a spare bubble glass. The Augvape Druga RTA, let's jump back up top. Let's do pros, cons, price, and if I would recommend this or not. All right, so there we had a quick look around it. I have got a 0.24 build in here. It is running at 45 watts. I've got it on the Augvape. I can't remember what this is called, but it comes with a 510 section, which is pretty handy, and I think that kind of looks good together, don't you think? I like that. Anyway, 45 watts on the dial. Inside, of course, is the Boule bowler. It matches my shirt color. What do you think? I'm getting into more yellows rather than blacks. Did you like it? Mustard. It's a mustard color. So I'm going to take this thing for a vape. Airflow fully open. Loving it. So good. Absolutely good. All right. You hear that? Just beautiful. And wicking a treat. Getting those bubbles. Love it. Let's talk about the pros and cons, shall we? So, first pro for this. Huge amount of airflow. For such a little single coil flavor banger, huge amount of airflow and a huge amount of flavor. As I said, single coil flavor banger. It's great. Great flavor, great airflow. Love it. And that's because of the you've got the airflow underneath and to the side, and it just creates such a nice, beautiful, dense, saturated, wet vape. It just looks amazing as well, don't you think? The design elements that they've done with this Druga, the way that they've made it look is absolutely sensational. It looks perfection. Love the gunmetal. I'm not a real big gunmetal guy, but I love the look of this. It's great. The other thing I want to say about this, another pro, and you guys might not think it is a pro, but it is a pro in my opinion, is Phillips head screws for your coils. Love a good Phillips head screw. Not a real big fan of grub screws. I don't need any more Allen keys in my vape tool kit. Phillips heads all the way. Very easy to install your coils as well. That deck is just made for any orientation, so doesn't matter which way your legs come out of your coils. You just need to unwrap a little bit and away you go, install away. So that's bloody brilliant. Augvape have done a really good job here. Well done, Augvape. Well done indeed. Massive amount of pros, so let's discuss the cons, shall we? Now, when using this, there wasn't any massive cons that really bothered me too much. The only thing that I could be an improvement is where your coil legs fit into the little gaps. There's not much of a little lip, So you really have to kind of push that leg in. They could have done with just increasing that lip a little bit. So as you tighten those Phillips head screws, the coil leg's not going to pop out. Minute con, absolute minute. That's about it. That would be the only thing that kind of frustrated me a little bit. First time I put a coil in and I tightened it down, it popped out. That was about it. But all I needed to do was just, with one finger, I held that coil leg in place as I screwed down. So it was easily rectifiable. Easy. That's it. That's the only kind I've got. That's about it. So let's talk about the price. What is the Augvape Druga RTA going to set you back with a little bit of Google foo around the internet? And I found it on sale in the States for $38 and for $45 here in Australia. If you love RTAs, you love single coil, you love flavored vapor, you love great dense vapor, then this will be right up your alley. Absolutely. Do not look past it. It's a great little banger. So if I had to give this thing a rating using my patented rating system of best device ever or worst device ever, nothing in between, just best or worst, I am going to give it the best device ever. I've been enjoying it. I'm not an RTA guy. I'm not a single coil guy. And I love this thing. Been using it, loving it, loving it. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I really hope you enjoy it. Like always, please like, please share, please subscribe. And remember, YouTube, keep it cloudy.
A Gutter Slut production.